Live again?
Yep, you're live again.
The pressure. No.
It's alright, it's not like there's anyone watching.
No, that's true.
It's
and
fine.
this time we have more production value, so I can't really say anything about that. But welcome to the Dented Egg podcast regardless. Let's just start with...
Yes.
Yes. Zero production
He's
value.
not even going to introduce anyone, is he?
No, it's just like
It's
you
just
know,
like,
it's
that's
like
that.
yeah, it's like.
But everyone who watches this knows who you guys are. Okay, fuck you. I'm gonna introduce Malkir first then. Malkir, welcome.
Who is okay? So actually, give us a rundown. Who's Malkir on the screen?
Malkir is the gay fisherman cowboy.
Jesus, yeah, it's like when you told me that it's like his
No.
fisherman outfit. It's like I was like, what are you fishing for?
fisherman outfit.
Buffalo or like what the?
No, I can see it. I
Okay,
can see it.
can we not attack my apparel?
No,
for,
I
like,
can
the
see
first
it. I
30
like it.
seconds we start when
I
you're
quite like
dressed
it.
up as a butch lesbian mum. Kong.
What?
If you're gonna
Why-
go down that way,
Where'd you get the mum from?
Because your character looks kind of old.
your character does look like a mum. That's what I'm gonna say. She looks like a Karen. That's what she looks like.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I wasn't gonna go that far.
I want to speak to the company leader. Holy shit.
Where's the
Anyway.
manager?
Yeah, and also welcome Kong, I guess.
Yes. Thank you.
Kong is the butch lady, as previously pointed out.
I have amazing sneakers in comparison. Just saying.
You do. Your shoes are impressive. Which ones
Yeah.
are those?
It's the weird rocker outfit that Meryl wanted to like. He shilled a lot for Lila there. I don't know. It's like I think it was like in the maps release. No,
Oh,
it's-
those are the biker shoes?
Yeah,
oh,
it's the biker
calfskin
shoes.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, the calfskin
Oh.
ones.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get those because you don't fucking ride motorcycle in sneakers. So
I mean, you could if you wanted to.
yeah, I've done
You
it,
might,
but it's
you might
dumb.
hurt yourself. Yeah.
I've done it, but it's dumb.
There's a top tip from the SDS podcast.
yeah. Be careful. And
Don't
Use proper gear when riding a motorcycle.
always wear protection is what you could have summed it up as.
Yes,
I just like
fair. My bad.
and
This is why you're the entertainment and I'm just the host.
I made myself laugh. Carry on.
at least someone. At least someone.
At least someone did.
Okay.
Okay, first question.
Okay.
In anticipation of male Viera in Endwalker,
Oh no.
Oh, I shouldn't drink
discuss,
when this is.
discuss if Viera smell like real life bunnies.
Holy shit! Like, bunnies smell
Hold on,
awful, right?
Hold on,
It's like
hold on, Kong. First, there's a second question. When was the last time you smelled a bunny?
That's fair. I haven't actually in many years.
Yeah.
I would say 6 years ago. I think my nieces had
That's
like
specific.
a bunny.
You sniffed your niece's bunny. Is that?
Holy shit!
subtitle?
Holy shit! I thought I thought Meryl was bad, but no. You're
That's
going
pretty
there.
bad. Yeah, I'm going there.
Thank you, Malkir.
Oh,
So
shit.
what do male Viera smell like?
No, either, I guess. I mean, it just says
Either.
if Viera smell like real life bunnies.
I don't.
I would say I would say no, and I would
Probably
hope
not,
no. Yeah.
Probably not. Only because they're like bunnies as an animal are quite fluffy.
Which
But
Viera not.
Viera not. They've only got fluffy ears. You see.
I mean the female Viera go puffu, like
What?
that is a Dragon Ball reference, and I'm very sad you didn't recognize.
Puffer.
Yeah, it's what Roshi goes to
Fucking
Bulma. In the very first like series in Dragon Ball.
Is it okay? Oh,
Wait,
what,
wait,
when they try to make her wear
No, when she's wearing the.
swimsuit.
No, when she's in the bunny costume, and he goes like, "I teach Goku
Oh,
the Kamehameha wave.
yes.
If you go puffu, like let me do puffu puffu."
Puffer. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that. Okay. It's been a while since I watched Dragon Ball. to be fair.
It's been a while since you were young.
That is also true. Thanks, man. That's really
Yeah.
nice.
So do Viera smell? Like let's like we don't care about male or female Viera.
Wait, that's okay. What do the other races smell like then? Does
Well,
that mean
obviously-
does that mean that Meryl smells like cat litter?
I was
No,
about to say like
obviously-
he smells like fish, but that would be like a double cross joke somewhere.
Yeah. It smells like cat litter.
No, as a cat owner, cats don't really smell like anything because they're very clean animals, unlike fucking filthy dogs.
What? What? Really? Is this going to be our first argument on the podcast?
I don't mind dogs.
Don't
I just
you?
like
Yeah,
I just like triggering dog owners because they're so easily triggered.
So we do agree that I would say, okay, so in general I would say I would love to have a cat, but I do love dogs more. It's like I like both, but you know, it's like cats are just easier to take care of somehow. So
I've got two. They're a pain. They're a pain.
What?
They can be a pain.
Cats.
Yeah. Cats, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like as a person who travels a lot, I wouldn't have to like, you know, like I could leave them for a day and be like, yeah, they don't need to go out every like 3 times.
When it comes to those things, cats are easier for sure, but you can leave them like for longer times during the day and stuff like that. But if you're away fucking a week, you still have to, you know, make some arrangements.
Anyway, Viera, smell like
Someone has just pointed out to me that the puff puff saying is also in Final Fantasy 14.
It is.
It is. I didn't realize that.
Holy shit! And you didn't get the reference either. Like who?
I didn't know. I forgot about those pink ladies in Uldar, I think.
They go puffu puffu. Ooh.
They do go puffu puffu, yeah.
We should get back to the topic. I feel like Viera, like what does Viera smell like? Because it's like they are actually one thing. Where do they come from in the main continent? Like on the first chart, they are like in the Raktika forest. Like that's fine, but
right.
But they should have like a parallel thing. Like Fran in the raid comes in like from the southern. I don't remember what it was called.
Is that the same Fran from the 12?
I think so. She was called Fran. She looks like Fran. If it's like if it smells like if it sounds like Fran, if it looks like Fran, it's most likely Fran. And if she has a head tag that goes like that's Fran.
But that would mean that the rest of the Fantasy 12 characters are here as well.
I don't know, because Viera lived like 400 years or something. Like maybe everyone died already.
Wow.
Or they gonna die at some point.
I mean, I didn't even like 12, so I don't know what I'm talking about.
I like okay. Same. Like I think you were Milky. You recommended me to me because it was so much like Star Wars. What?
Yeah, that was. I mean, we both pointed out that the story is basically Star Wars.
Which I'm okay with. I just didn't enjoy the combat system, which is weird. Yeah,
the combat and leveling system in that game is my least favorite out of every Final Fantasy I've played.
Like, don't get me wrong, the I forget what it's called. Game. Someone will correct me. The system where you put it's basically coding within a video game. It's a load of if statements.
Yeah.
I forget what the system's called, but if your hit points was below 50%, then one of the NPC characters would cast Cure on you. That was cool.
Yeah, the whole auto combat thing that your companions did, that was pretty cool, yeah.
I just didn't enjoy not allowing each member of my party to be individual. The fact that all characters could do everything, more or less.
But that's the same for Final Fantasy X, for example, which was a great game.
Yes.
But the characters are more interesting.
At least the sphere grid was locked until you got really high, like when you got to the end game. And the same could be argued with Final Fantasy VIII, where you had the junction system, where you could junction magic, but that's an entirely different kettle of worms.
I like the junction system.
I like the junction system too. Everyone hates on 8.
Wait, which system had this junction system?
Final Fantasy VIII.
I did not play that one thoroughly.
8 seems to be the least favorite. Close to 9.
I love it so much.
I like the idea of Ultimecia and is it Artemisia? I think
Ultimecia, yeah.
Yeah, and
traveling through time on the back of love and friendship.
Yeah, I don't know about that part, but generally, I enjoyed the entirety of that game. No, it's the worst part.
Gambits, that's what it is. Yane just told me it was Gambits. The Gambit system in 12.
Yes.
That's what it was.
No. But
so, bunnies smell apparently.
Bunnies smell bad, apparently.
What do you think
and
Rogadins smell like?
soft summer breeze at the coast.
I don't know. What are they even? Like some sort of hybrid between a big human and what? Like, what is a fucking?
It's
so weird
not
looking.
like, unlike you, it's not a furry thing. So I think Rogadin are just like, like Goliaths in D&D or something. They're just like yeah, they're called Goliaths, right?
Yeah. Did
Yeah.
you break the camera as well?
What?
Oh, never mind.
No, I did not break the camera. No, but it's like, I think Rogadin are just like, like they're like maybe a bit mutated humans, but they're like just big humans.
That's what they smell like, not what they were.
And then they got like, they ran a bit too often into like, some ancestors ran a bit too often into a wall, and then they got a flat nose, and I was like, oops, well, let's go with that.
Dear. There you go.
Anyway, so that's, I think, the Viera smell, and no, wait, they don't smell. I think we agreed on they don't smell.
They don't really smell more than any normal human, I guess.
Yeah.
Unless you're sniffing their ears, in which case they might smell like bunnies.
Yes, which might be bad.
Yeah, always ask permission before you sniff the ears of...
Always ask for consent.
Always ask
before you sniff the bunny ears.
That goes across the board to any race, to be fair, or any person.
Yeah, that's true. You can sniff me at any time. You always have
I don't need to sniff you to know you smell like bourbon and cheap cigarettes. I'm okay with that.
Holy shit.
Never smoked a cigarette in my entire life.
Well,
I think bourbon was like the more sincere insult there. It's like,
yeah.
I don't mind.
Okay.
I'm fine with that.
Meryl, hit us up. I think we talked enough about Vieras.
I mean, it didn't even the first podcast that we went into Dragon Ball immediately as well.
Yeah, okay, but I mean, it was like
that was Kong's fault.
Yes, it is always my fault.
No, not always. Just when it's Dragon Ball.
Yeah, it is. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, last time I asked, or I wanted to ask, because I assumed that you both played WoW before, but Malk did not. So, what was your first MMOs? And after that, how did it change, or what did you have? What did you expect out of Final Fantasy 14, as compared to your previous MMOs, or based upon the experience of your previous MMOs?
I'll let you go first, Malk, here, because
Yeah, what was your first
What
MMO?
was my
Malk?
first MMO?
Back on the Amiga, I was like, yes.
My first MMO was what was it called?
EverQuest 2.
No, it was Legend of Mir 2, I think, which was a top-down isometric 3D Diablo sort of thing.
Hey, what year was that?
How do
That
you spell
was 2001. Legend of Mir as MIR.
Oh,
It was a Korean MMO that I would play after school with my friends.
Oh, it really does look like Diablo 2.
Yeah, it was just a Chinese copy of Diablo. But it was really good. And that was that. Yeah, it was just a click loot fighter thing.
So what was your road like going from Legend of Mir to
And then it
Final
was
Fantasy?
then it was immediately Final Fantasy 11, where I spent the best part of my youth in that game, for better or for worse.
Mm-hmm. So you're basically a weeb.
Massive.
You went from Chinese MMO
Chinese
to
Diablo.
Chinese Diablo to
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 11, and then
Final Fantasy 14.
well, you bounce around then, don't you? I did a bit of Phantasy Star Online. I did the Digimon Battle Online. Do you guys play that?
No.
Yeah, that was good.
Holy
Take your word for it.
I'm just like, it's like Melker is like the equivalent of like, I don't want to say exotic dancer, but it's like,
wow.
it's like Meryl and I are more like the waltz guys, and he's out there at the fucking pillar and just going like, yeah, let's whoop it up.
I have no idea what you're even. Oh, and I played Ragnarok and Eve Online.
Yes,
for a
EVE
bit.
Online.
EVE Online is a brilliant game if you want to play a spreadsheet for 3 hours a night and then get ganked halfway into a different system and then lose all your progress. that is EVE Online. It's there you go. There's 3 hours of your life
That
gone,
is definitely one aspect of it. Yeah,
and you have nothing to show for it.
I don't know. It's like
it can happen like that. Yeah.
I really like. I started Eve at some point. I have I think in total like 3 hours played, because basically that's what happened. So I was like, oh yeah, it's like the characters like you know like the graphics are really good in the menu. The graphics are really good. If you go out of the like the menu, it's like yeah, like this thing exists. And then
it used to be hideous, but they did a really big graphical overhaul, and it actually became a very gorgeous game.
Yeah, like I think it is gorgeous, but like back then I was just like stunned by the visuals of the like your character selection and the creation and everything. It was really fun. And then I went out and I was like I didn't understand like a lot of things.
You'll never see this character again.
Yeah, first of all that, and I was like, oh man, I spent like 1 hour already on this one. And then I was like, okay. And then I went out there and I started mining some Metroid or something, and then another person came and I was like, oh, that's nice. And then he shot me down. I was like, no, that's not nice. Fuck this game. Fuck this forever. And then I'm like, okay, then. Especially because I was like way too stupid and didn't realize like how the menu worked, like when I died or everything. Like how do I respawn? How do I get like how do I get a new ship or everything? I was like, I didn't get that whole point. I knew at some point I was stuck on a station and I was like, nope, fuck this.
There's a reason people meme on the learning curve of EVE.
Yeah.
It's not a curve, it's a sheer cliff.
Yeah.
There's no curve.
It's like one of those.
You start at the bottom, and then in 6 months' time, you might have an idea of what you're doing.
Basically, yeah.
But I think that is EVE something that inspired this in other games? Because I felt like, you know, like I had a friend who was like, oh yeah, you have to play Minecraft with me. And I was like, yeah, but like what do? I punch a tree. Okay, but how, like, does the game tell me how to do, like, how to make an X? And he's like, no, like, that's on the wiki. It's like, I'm like, why should, like, I think that's something that has, like, happened, like...
That's back in the day. I think they've improved. I remember when Minecraft first came out, and it was, the rage is, I guess, now, still. And it was, like, you had to look up on the wiki outside of the game to find out anything. But I think they now have got a crafting book you can look at.
Okay, but it's like... But like so many companies do that now. It's like I feel like you know, once people lost actual manuals in the games. Like I remember religiously fucking reading the Warcraft 3 manual with the tech trees and everything. Like where it's like, oh yeah, this is a tech tree for like each faction. It was like this double-sided flyer basically. And I was like, yeah, it's like, you know, for all 4 races, you have like one thing, and there's like, there's a tech tree, that's the units you buy, you build, and it's like, and you could have that next to you on the table and play the game. It's fine. Also, I mean, the game had tutorials and everything, like, so it would be like, you know, the learning curve would be nice. And then I started like, basically, I think starting 2010 or something, suddenly games were like, yeah, we have a wiki for that. And like, especially with the increase in early access games and lazy developers, like I will actually call them out, because it's like, a good learning curve is a part of a good game. It's like if your learning curve is shit and you like your fan base has to convince me of playing your game like despite your tutorial, like, basically despite your tutorials. And Meryl knows this from fighting games as well. It's like if your tutorial is shit, that is a negative flaw of your game. No, your game will not be good if your tutorial is shit, because that's part of your game.
I mean, yes and no.
But tutorials and MMOs don't really exist. You can't have a tutorial in an MMO.
But you only get like the first. Here's how you accept a quest. Basically,
yeah,
you have like
that.
you have a little
press
bit of
an ability.
in,
like here's your ability bar. Press an ability, and then
yeah,
after that, it's like
bit of that in
you live.
FF, for example.
Yeah.
But coming back, isn't like having stuff hidden in games, especially MMOs, an older style of MMOs? Because not a lot of like information in Final Fantasy is hidden away. Like we know how much DPS things do and like stats behind certain skills we know and cure percentages and things like that, but back in the day a lot of that was hidden, like either on purpose or you know, by accident, so that players for whatever reason couldn't figure it out. Did you ever play the Star Wars Galaxies MMO?
I did not.
Did you not? Okay.
I wanted to. I always wanted to, but like,
yeah,
like imagine like I got DSL, like you know, what's it called in English? I'm not sure, but it's like unlimited. Unlimited bandwidth, basically, like not a modem. I got that in 2004.
Oh, okay.
Because Germany is so far behind everything, so it's like.
So Star Wars Galaxies did a really cool thing with their skills. Is where you could be any class in the game, a lot kind of like Final Fantasy 14.
And then they released Jedi, and everyone wanted to be Jedi.
Yes, and everyone wanted to be Jedi, and there were like 1 to 100 in each skill. It's like you could be fishing or whatever it was, 100 in Fisher. If you wanted to be a Jedi, you were randomly assigned based on each individual character's skill caps for jobs or proficiencies that you didn't even know about. So say in order for your character to become a Jedi, you had to have like 80 fighting, 80 fisher, 80 mining, or whatever. But you had no idea, and there were like 15 skills you could level up per class, and you had to have an arrangement of classes, and then maybe if you finally got the right skills level covered, you get a quest pop up that would start your path on being a Jedi.
Oh god,
that ruined that game.
Everyone I've ever spoken to about that game has said that the Jedi thing ruined it, not only because of how you became one, but also because they were so fucking overpowered that it was stupid. Like,
because they were supposed to be. You can't have
fair,
trader go up against the Jedi and have
fair. Obviously, yes. From like a lore perspective, that's true. But that doesn't make for very good gameplay, does it?
No. But it was more against the thing about how old games, and especially MMOs, used to hide stats from their players.
Yeah, for sure.
Whereas now, they don't. I mean, Final Fantasy 14 is a great example of a new, I guess, age of MMOs where it's a theme park. Everything's accessible to you. From basically the start. Very little in Final Fantasy is gate. There's no gatekeepers to it.
Yeah. Can I just basically slam dunk the topic and just go like, I have something, like I just noticed something. Do you guys like because you were talking like a trader going up to a Jedi, and I love these storylines, like in not a game, but like in any medium, like in Final Fantasy, like spoilers warning here, but basically the whole A Realm Reborn end storyline with the Tadalechi thing, where he's basically like a merchant who's like super, like he's dangerous, like more dangerous than maybe an Estion is. And it's like,
that's pushing it.
Yeah, but like he's like, who? I like in storylines.
Who are you talking about? Sorry,
Jesus Christ! Can you fucking play the game that you're like actually paying for?
You fucking retard! Let me ask the question. I'm saying who because you cut out on my end and I didn't hear you. You inbred fuck.
Holy shit!
Let me finish before you cut me off.
You never finish. That's the issue. So,
oh god, your inbreeding is showing.
Oh Jesus Christ. So Tadalechi is like, I think is a name.
That dude. Yeah, I know him. I didn't hear what you said. That was my point.
Yeah,
I know the character.
Wanking does turn some people blind. It turns deaf. So yes. Composure. So no, the point is, how do you think, like, Maki, what's your opinion on storylines where like a normal person who's like maybe a bit more intelligent, like I don't mean like comic book Lex Luthor, like he's like he has a superpower which is like his intelligence, but if it's like like if a problem is society based and it's like, for example, like something like a trader goes up to a Jedi, like I'm sure if there's a Star Wars storyline for that. But basically, if there's like a superhuman part of the story, like the hero, for example, the protagonist, and the antagonist is like someone who's just abusing social rules but cannot be touched by this superhuman. Like many Superman stories are like this, basically, where it's like the conflict is morals, not power. But how do you think about that? Because I actually really, really like those stories. Like
and I mean, this is true for a lot of things. I only like them if they're done cleverly.
And so unlike this podcast.
Unlike this podcast and your outbursts. So Superman's a great example, isn't it? Because Superman doesn't lose
Yeah.
ever. I don't think he ever loses because that's his thing. He is one of the prime, fighters or whatever, or power levels in that universe. But he can't go up to a random Bob in the street and punch him in the face. So
Yes.
how do you create normal villains to go against Superman, where his main strength isn't just going up and punching them in the face and then having them fall over? And Lex Luthor is a classic example of how that can be done.
In the ones where he's not like, oh, I built my, like, basically just built himself Iron Man armor at some point. Like, it's
every time he builds himself kryptonite armor, he still loses. Every time he's not in kryptonite armor, he wins.
Yeah, that's true.
Isn't there? I'm not as big as DC fan as perhaps I should be, but isn't one of the stories in the DC where Lex runs for president?
Yes.
And Superman is like, he's clearly up to something. I'm going to go have a word with him. And everyone's like, you can't go up to a future president and, like, interrogate him. And Superman's like, yeah, I can. Watch me. And, of course, it goes horribly for Superman because...
Yeah, because people, like, he needs humans to trust him.
Yeah,
and then they stop trusting him. So, yeah, I love that conflict.
Yeah. It's been done. The problem with that conflict is when it's done badly, it's so obvious. Like the character you were talking about, whose name I refuse to try and pronounce. His main villainous superpower, if you like, is he's really rich.
Yeah.
And then you go, okay, so he's super rich, and then he poisons or doesn't poison people, and one guy gets his arm chopped off. Yeah, it's all very, very bad. And then we move away from that character almost immediately because they really wrote themselves into a corner.
Yeah.
And went, now we have this really rich guy who's like super powerful and in charge of Uldar. What do we do? Oh, well, we'll have the Warrior of Light run around and do some side quests for a bit and then never explain it.
I mean, that's true. Like, it's not done well. Like, I just use it as an example of, like, there's
it's
like...
It's not done badly. It's just,
It's not done at all, really. It's like you never
because
we
never resolve it, and instead, what's the guy in blue who grabs the eyes? Eyes. Yeah, basically we go down that story.
That's Asinian.
No.
No.
I'm thinking of what's his face?
Sloppy.
Yeah, that's Sloppy. Yeah.
It's like
anyway, I love that guy's voice. Whoever is voice acting that guy does a fantastic job, and I've always said that because he's a brilliant enemy, I guess. But yeah, and then he turns into.
I first thought you said anime, and I was like, what are you talking about? Yeah. Oh, damn it!
No, it's gonna bother me that I can't think of his fucking name though.
I think it begins with G or something. I want to say Goldbrand, but that's not right. Is it Gilbrand or something? Gilbrand.
It is like there's a fair chance in Final Fantasy that there is like a Gilbert or something.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's not interesting. But yeah, he grabs the eyes from Nidhogg and then becomes a big creature, and then that's it. It's all wrapped up.
Yeah. So, what was actually the original question? Before we got to Eve, before we got to like.
What was our MMOs?
Yeah, what MMOs did you play before, and how did they what were your expectations going into Final Fantasy 14 based on those games?
So you only went Final Fantasy 11 to Final Fantasy 14, right? No, you did say Phantasy Star and Eve and stuff.
Yeah, mine was complicated, but I joined in. I joined in 1.0, so my introduction to 14 was different from your guys.
Yes.
Wasn't it really?
It depends. For me, it was... Final Fantasy 14 was... I came from WoW. I talked about this before that. I did play... I would say WoW was hardly my favorite MMO before, but every other MMO more died like a horrible and slow death. Basically, so my first one was with World of Warcraft, so that's fine. I stopped in 2007. Then I started, I think, Age of Conan it was, which I loved. Like, Age of Conan was so fun. It was so good. No, actually, sorry, Guild Wars. Before that, it was Guild Wars, the Asian add-on. which I dropped because I was like, yeah, it's kind of boring. If you can just max level PvP and everything, why should I level? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I didn't get the Guild Wars concept. I mean, I was young, I was stupid. I don't know.
You didn't date Guild Wars. You don't have to say it like that.
You don't know what I did.
We were young. We were in love. Mistakes were made.
But then, I mean, I said Age of Conan. Age of Conan remains to this day one of the, like, you know, the one that got away, basically, of my MMOs. It's like, I loved it so much. You could just, like, you know, open world PvP without any discrimination. It was so good for RP, because you could basically be like, oh yeah, there was a lot of RP, at least on the server I played on, there was like a lot of RP. It was well done. Not Limsa style. Also Limsa style, but not there.
Do not drag Limsa through the mud. How dare you, sir?
Jesus Christ. There are people in Limsa who want to be dragged through the mud. I'm just saying that.
I will not sit here and have you dash Limsa's good, honest.
Me shit talking Limsa, some people would get off on and give me money for doing it. So just saying, it's like there's a fetish for that. But yeah, Age of Conan was amazing. Then I played Warhammer Online, which was so good.
Both of them started off amazingly and turned to shit in the end game. At least during the periods I played them, in my opinion.
Warhammer Online didn't really have an end game. I felt like
it was the whole tug of war thing that they wanted, you know, like people to do the endless PvP.
And
but it was too it was too repetitive, unfortunately, because the idea is good.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Let's see, what else did I play? Like, I'm actually looking up the list right now, because they definitely existed. I played Guild Wars 2 after Age of Conan, which is a good game. It was a good game. It is a good game. I enjoy playing it. I thought about reinstalling it lately.
Same. I like it.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it was still going, to be fair.
There's a new add-on launching in February, and they actually really re-released the whole living story, like all the story bits that they patched in, that you actually need to pay money for. They re-released that for free during like a promo event. I think it's over now. And then again went back to WoW Legion, and there because a friend asked me like, "Hey, please, can you raid with us?" And I was like, "Okay, sure." And then people were like super toxic, and people were like, you know, it's like, I don't know. It felt like
World of Warcraft.
No, Counter-Strike. Actually, I felt like like it really did. Like yeah. And I mean, back then, like back in 2004, when World of Warcraft launched, you had like the little shitlords who were playing Counter-Strike. Like, it's definitely some cool dudes as well, but you know, like the majority of people were like 12-year-olds that were like, your mom, and that was like, yeah, thank you, Counter-Strike. Like if a person doesn't honor the knife round,
that's a Counter-Strike. I don't know if you're now tarnishing all Counter-Strike players.
No, the Counter-Strike players now are really good. Like I actually, like, Counter-Strike got really better with the release of Call of Duty. That's
actually a good point. I think that's because Call of Duty is so much more accessible on like a scrub level.
Yeah. So yeah, basically, and then when I returned to WoW during Warlords of Draenor, like end of Warlords of Draenor, beginning of Legion, because hey, Demon Hunters, let's go. I was like super up to that, and then I was like, okay, I see the writing has gotten worse, and then the people are toxic as shit, and then Battle for Azeroth released, and I was like, all of this is shit, and then I was like, you know what, I actually don't want to play any social thing anymore. Like I don't want to play with toxic people. And then it was like the Black Friday promotion for Final Fantasy 14. I was like, well, it says, like, reviews say it has a really good story. So I'll just play it for the story, because I haven't played it like a Final Fantasy in ages, and it's like 15 doesn't, like, you know, feel good fantasy-ish to me. Like, it was too modern for me. I was like, nah, maybe not.
I wanted to love 15.
But you
really
didn't.
Wanted, yeah.
But you didn't.
I love it only as a four bros go on a road trip sort of perspective. That's all.
Yeah.
I will remain. The best part is the mechanic, and it's like gone. Like the whole marketing.
The battles are great. Through like every fight you go through feels great. It's just the story was a bit rubbish. And...
No, I think Kong means the literal car mechanic.
Yes.
Like
I actually did.
Oh, really?
the lady that works on your car.
Oh, you were talking about Sid.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what.
Isn't she called
referring
Cindy
to.
or something? I don't know.
Yeah, Sydney. Sydney.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's
like
it's
that's
sort of ham-fisted, but I like it.
Yeah. I'm not gonna. No, I'm not gonna go there with a ham-fisted pun or something. It's like.
I like that game. I
Anyway.
wanted to like that game.
But yeah, now I'm like I didn't like social interaction, and look where I am now. So, doing a podcast with toxic people.
Why do we play MMOs? There's the big question.
None of us really like people, do we?
I think playing MMOs mainly. I started. I like the one of the selling points for World of Warcraft for me was like, look, I can get like basically I can do like a penis competition. Like I mean, it was 13 or something when I started. It was like, just hitting puberty, and you wanted to show off your skill, and you wanted to show it off permanent, like as in
But there are
always.
there are better online games to show your skills and be on a ladder than an MMO.
No, because a ladder you had to look up. Like you couldn't just like in WoW. Like for example, you went into Skullomance, like that 60 dungeon, and you had like your tier 2 or tier 2.5 equipped. You were like the man. You went into Counter-Strike, and you could have like a random server. Like usually you didn't have random servers. You have like your normal server. Like you would have your favorite server.
Yeah.
Where all your friends were, and like they would be knowing how good you are, but no casual person, like the people you want to be admired by, would go like, oh, let me look up this Russian Counter-Strike ladder page where they display your like,
and I guess there's no community in FPSs to an extent where you're going to meet the same players over and over again.
I think the difference is in between showing off your skill and just showing off your bling.
Yeah.
And WoW is basically, oh, look how blingy I am. Look how little of a life I have.
Wow.
But
I'm not gonna judge. I was fucking. I was 20 and I played that game religiously back then.
Which game?
WoW.
Ah, okay. But yeah, I think that's for me. That's why I play it now. And it's okay. Now we're all old and we don't care about bling anymore. And I mean, look at Melchior. Like he doesn't care about his appearance.
I look fresh. Can I just say? I am.
Honestly, the more I look at it, the more I like it.
Actually, yes, it's growing on me as well.
The only thing that I will demonstrate is these boots aren't boots, and it's really annoying.
They're not made for walking.
They they look like full knee-high boots, right? But they're not. They're shoes with leather wrapped round.
Yeah.
Because they dye differently. They dye from like the knee upwards in the color you want, but the actual shoe remains brown. That's the most annoying thing about these shoes.
Sucks. I'm sorry.
And that's a really
I felt that
good thing about shoes.
Okay. But that's why I play. That's why I play MMOs. Like, do you have a different reason? No, you don't.
No, I guess we don't.
Okay. So, I think we answered the topic, like how we got to Final Fantasy XIV and everything, and that Melchior is a fucking weep.
Yeah, I'll wear that crown. I'm okay with that.
I mean, there's always the good test, but I won't do that now.
Thanks.
Avatar is an amazing anime.
What?
Well, I guess we could segue into what we talked about earlier. What is anime? Like, define.
Was that the go? Was it when Kong goes? Avatar's a great anime.
I think
no. It's like actually, it's like
that's what he wanted to do.
No,
suddenly hordes of internet angry people storm into the podcast.
This is how the podcast. This is how
we need to market it somehow.
Big.
Yeah.
We fucking bait people.
Yeah, we got one more viewer after I asked that question. So let's go. No, actually, no. It's just like it's like you can trigger people. Like usually, like I would say I specialized on this a bit, like trolling people. And the thing is, like, it's like the question is like, Meryl, I'm into metal as well. Like I love listening to death metal and everything. Like Linkin Park is amazing. And it's like I actually posted that like ironically, basically, like in a WhatsApp group with like 60 other people. And no, I don't want to put.
Who has WhatsApp groups with 60 people?
People with friends, Mark here.
I don't even know 60 people, let alone have them in one WhatsApp.
I have
insane.
I have multiple of those. Actually, but like back to point is basically I asked that, like, it's like I actually ironically posted this as an example of triggering people, and like 2 people started like, what? Linkin Park is metal? No. But and then other ones were like, yeah, it's new metal. No, new metal doesn't count. And it's like, and it just erupted, and like 30 people were after, and like in the end discussing. And I was just like, innocently going there. And that's like, and the same thing you can do to a Veep, and by going like, yeah, Avatar is like is a great anime. And usually it's like it's going to be like.
Is it not just that now, animation and anime is just a catch-all for anything that is animated, not necessarily coming from Japan?
Well, I took the liberty of looking up the definition earlier because...
Did you? Okay.
Yes.
Wow, you did research.
I mean, we did talk about this in the pre-show, which wasn't a pre-show, but...
it was Melchior having the GBs about public
honestly,
speaking.
And I came to the conclusion from this definition that weebs ruined anime. Because it says anime is hand-drawn and computer animation originating from Japan.
Yes.
In Japan and in Japanese, anime describes all animated works, regardless of style of origin or origin. However, outside of Japan and in English, it is colloquial for Japanese animation, and refers specifically to animation produced in Japan. So obviously, foreign weebs ruined anime. Because
So,
according to the Japanese,
I'm fine
it's
with that.
anything.
Yeah, and I would interchange it as well. But it gets difficult from where you draw the line between cartoon and the word anime.
But it is just fucking cartoons, like as an origin.
I would go.
But no one's gonna come up to you and go, "Oh, I watched that Simpsons anime last night."
No, of course not.
No.
But why? No, don't say of course not. Why not? Why is that not? If you're saying that there's no difference between cartoon and anime, why can't someone come up to you and go, "Hey, did you watch Rick and Morty anime last night?"
Because I don't don't talk to people who fucking watch Rick and Morty. No.
Because weebs ruined it for us. Therefore, you can't do that anymore because they ruined the definition.
But you can still do that. No one's gonna. Are you gonna be the one to correct them? Is that what you're saying?
I would if I thought them intelligent enough to listen.
The point is,
you just said that cartoons and anime are the same thing.
I mean, I'm not saying all cartoons are the same thing. It's like
no, that's not what you said.
No,
you said cartoons and anime are the same thing.
Think of it this way: not every duck, or not every bird is a duck, but every duck is a bird. Do you get what I'm going?
Yeah, you could actually hear the clockworks turning at this point.
I can smell
which
the fucking
way? So
smoke
does it
from
go?
his
So
ears.
every anime is a cartoon, but not every cartoon is an anime.
Basically, yeah. I mean, unless I guess if they're hand drawn, if they're computer animated, is it still a cartoon? Like, what's the definition of cartoon? I didn't fucking look that up.
Like, for me, I would say always, like, if you tell me, like, if you say Avatar is an anime, for example, I would be like, fine, like, that's fair. But if you go like, I want to watch an anime, I would be like, okay, let's look for Japanese produced animation on Netflix. Like, if you go to Netflix and go like, yeah, I want to watch an anime, then I definitely know like what subregister you want to watch, as in, oh, let's watch Your Name or something. But
is it a style of animation that becomes an anime then?
I think so. Yeah.
Because you know which series I'm going to bring up that's on Netflix.
I hope not.
That it didn't
Castlevania,
originate.
obviously.
Yeah, that didn't originate from Japan.
Yeah.
But is an anime. Okay, then what about the Star Wars anime that's coming out?
Oh my god.
Oh god, please.
Yeah.
Yes, let's go. I love it. No, everything about this is amazing. Thank you, except the
Podcast fucking ruined.
no. So
See you next week, everyone. This is now a private conversation between me and Kong.
No, so the thing is, like I will keep it in the context of anime versus cartoon, which is like, I think I would also agree it is the same thing, but usually, like, as human interaction evolves, we connotate different things to, like, you know, between the lines, basically, like what we would describe as, like, what is meant between the lines. If a person goes like, I want to watch animation, animation is the same as cartoon, and anime is like also animation. But if a person comes to me and goes like, I want to watch anime, that usually means like I should not like hey, I think Mojo came to me like a few weeks ago, like, hey, can you give me like your top 5 anime? And I knew he didn't want me to.
Please go Simpsons, Futurama,
Corey in the House.
I mean, Futurama is the best animated show ever created. But
Corey in the House.
What the? Wait, who said that? Meryl said that?
Meryl said Corey in the House.
Oh, Jesus.
Sorry.
Is that even animated?
No.
I was like, what?
Have you never seen Corey in the House?
No.
Oh, mate, that is.
You know what I did in my fucking childhood? I played Counter-Strike. Let's go.
Look, Kong doesn't know. He just barely turned 30. He's young.
Oh,
which Star Wars anime are you most excited for, Kong?
Trigger. Studio Trigger ones.
Yeah.
Definitely, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, you know that I worship like everything from Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann to Kill la Kill. It's like everything is amazing. Like, I mean, it has flaws, but I still like it. Just will adore it. Personal, subjective. Thing.
What do you think about the lightsaber umbrella?
I love it. I'm just going there, and I was just they have like a Japanese umbrella thing where it's just lightsabers, like I think 60 lightsabers or something in a circle.
No, it's not. For each, so picture an umbrella, but remove the fabric bit.
Yeah.
And each spine of that umbrella is then a lightsaber, and he twirls it in front of another lightsaber wielding guy.
Yeah.
I just love the fact that Disney or whoever at Star Wars has gone, there you go, these 7-8 Japanese animation studios, go nuts.
Yeah.
Go nuts.
And
they've gone, fantastic, let's get high, stoned, and drunk, and see what we can just put on paper.
Wait, enlighten me in English. Is there a difference between stoned and high?
Probably not, no.
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
You can get high from crack cocaine or something, but you can't get stoned from it. So it's
you can get stoned in the Middle Eastern way.
Wow.
Moving on.
Yeah.
I love the fact that
it's not moving on if Meryl says something. It's basically run.
Just run from that. I love the fact that as soon as this was announced and that 2-minute long trailer of all the different studios showing off their stuff, immediately I went on Twitter just to see what the reaction was, and people hate it. Star Wars fans are massively divided on, does it matter if it's canon or not? What's this mean for the future of the show, like the series? Canon seems to be a big argument, and I don't care.
Yeah, it's just
I want umbrella wielding lightsaber fights. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so I will go there. It's like one of my favorite lightsaber fights was in The Mandalorian, Ahsoka Tano versus the evil bitch from episode 4, season 2.
Which isn't technically a lightsaber fight because she doesn't have a lightsaber.
Yeah, but it is like, it was so well choreographed, and it was actually the essence of a lightsaber fight as George Lucas did it in Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader in episode 4.
Yeah.
Where it's like slow samurai style, like one/slash kills and everything, and it's so good. It feels like, feels like episode 4 fight just done with new CGI and new better technology, and it's so good. And if you give me a good lightsaber fight, good choreography, I will be like, this is amazing. I don't care if it's canon or not. I will just sit there rock hard at the television, be like, yes. And that's it. I think that's all that Star Wars should ever be. Is basically something where you can just if the story and image can provide you with 90-minute long erection. It's it's fine. That's good.
But I know for a fact that you almost recalled when it showed the brother and sister Star Wars bit where one of them turns to the dark side.
Wait,
Because
which
you
one?
argued, I forget which studio it was, but you argued that that was done better in Star Wars, whatever the MMO is called.
Knights of the Old Republic.
Knights of the Old Republic, which is a fantastic game and everyone should play it because it's amazing.
No,
wait.
don't even don't bother
KOTOR
playing
is a
it.
single player game, isn't it?
No,
You're just
it's
thinking
the
of
Old Republic. Yeah, the Old Republic.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Just clearing shit up so I don't misunderstand because
Yeah.
I don't follow Star Wars.
Just watch the fucking the marketing material. Like just like you don't have to play the game. Like do it if you ever want to like spend money on an EA Star Wars title that's like
No.
a bit abandoned. But
Big no.
Just watch the fucking cutscene. Not cutscenes, but like the fucking what's it called? Marketing. The trailers. The
Just
trailers.
watch the fucking, is what Kong's saying.
Yeah.
Just watch the fucking.
Just watch the.
The fucking is up on us. No. Actually, should we like give it another topic here? By the way.
Yeah, I was just thinking
Quickly.
we have 10 minutes left. so
Like topic
do you
2 was
want-
like 30 minutes.
do you want
sorry.
a serious one or should we round off with something more silly?
Meryl, that's what we pay you for. You decide.
Okay,
Wait,
okay, fair.
we pay Meryl?
Wait,
Yeah.
I
I
thought
get
you're
paid.
still an intern.
I get paid.
Yeah, you get paid in bringing us coffee.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, then let's go with this.
Mm-hmm.
Pineapple on pizza, chef's kiss or heresy? What pizza toppings call for immediate exterminatus?
Exterminate.
I will go like Melky. You are the more cooking oriented here. Like, what do you say?
Whatever floats your boat.
What?
know? Whatever floats your boat. If
Oh.
you want to put gherkins on your pizza, if you want to put anchovies, lettuce, go nuts. You know, it's yours. Just don't force me to have your nasty pizza.
If
You know?
Yeah, I agree.
Do you know?
I
don't
like
care.
pineapple on pizza.
Yeah, pineapple on pizza. You want to go ham and pineapple? Go nuts. You want to go pineapple and dog vomit? Crack on. But don't
yeah,
order.
I mean,
half
crack
and
will
half.
be involved if you order like a dog vomit pizza. That's like there's definitely some crack involved here.
Look, I'm just saying. It's whatever.
I just enjoy the mental image of going through a park in a city and just you see someone there with a syringe and you just gotta crack on, brother. That's like-
What?
Oh, crack on. Yeah.
Oh god.
Just you do you. You do you, boo. It's fine.
Are we
That's
still in the
not-
park or at the pizza?
That's a
Still
much
at the
more.
pizza.
Okay.
That's a much more like normal, wholesome answer than I expected from you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm okay with whatever pizza you want. Just again, don't order one and then just go, oh, do you want my pizza? Because I'll go, no. Now I have to sit here and look at your anchovy and black olive pizza. Well, I
Hey, what do
suck
you have
on a
against
piece of-
anchovies and black olives?
Nothing.
Oh, God.
I'm just not a fan. So
Tom,
don't order
please
one
don't.
pizza and then expect me to eat the pizza
Yeah,
that you
yeah, I
ordered.
mean,
with...
yeah.
Please don't tell me you like anchovies on pizza.
But he's allowed to like.
yeah,
anchovies.
I know, but like it's sort of bordering on the edge of what I can tolerate personally.
You're too poor to order pizza anyway.
Should I actually go there and be like, you
They
know
don't-
what my
they don't
fucking
do-
favorite pizza is?
Yeah.
Go on then. What's
Okay.
your favorite pizza?
It's olives, anchovies, capers, and that's it. And maybe cheese. Like if I find a good cheese and I'm like in the mood for cheese, then I'll like go quattro formaggi, but with anchovies
Fine.
and capers because I love it salty. It's like
I get it. It's the same. It's the people that go, "Oh, I love ham and pineapple because it's salty sweet."
yeah.
Like, that doesn't even make sense.
I actually ate it once, like because I wanted to know like what people are mocking. So I ate pineapple pizza with ham and everything. And it's like I was like, this is okay. Like it's like it's not killing me. It's not maybe the thing that I would pay like if I go to a pizzeria. It's like I will not pay 15 euros for it or something. But
I'm not paying 15 euros for a pizza.
You don't live
That's
where I
expensive.
live.
That's expensive as fuck, dude.
Yeah. Still happens.
Does anyone in Twitch have any weird pizza combos that we're not aware of? We'll ask that question and then move on, and then watch people fight over, I don't know, bacon and curry.
Oh,
I don't know.
might be fine. Might be fine.
You might be able to get curry on a pizza.
But
Get it on.
There's a Swedish pizza that is banana and curry and chicken.
See, that's not allowed. I mean, Swedish food is questionably food in the
You have
first
that
place.
weird fermented fish. That's
Fermented
like
shark.
no.
testicles,
Fermented shark
No,
is
That's
Icelandic.
Icelandic.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Oh,
And
sorry.
they pee on it. Like
Yeah,
they
we have,
take a hole in the fucking beach and they burrow the shark in it, and I think they marinate it in urine, and that's like, and then they let the ferment, and then it's like I
For
think
like 6 months or
seagulls
something.
die in the vicinity just based on the smell. But it's like oh, like where did we bury the shark? Oh look, there's like 50 dead seagulls over there, boy. Or not boy, but daughter, or what's it called?
Yeah.
Daughter is daughter, but it's like. What's it? You should know that you're Scandinavian. It's like,
Yes,
what's
I
the
should
male?
know that.
What's the male? Like, what's the son?
Just grab that brush and vaguely
What?
paint over.
Sun. It's fucking sun.
Oh
basically.
shit! All right. Oh fuck! I even switched to German because I was like, never mind. So okay, never mind. We don't talk about this. So,
Okay, one last question then
okay,
before we
okay.
round up.
sure.
Which FC member would you think would triumph in a real life battle royale?
Oh.
Huh.
Just obviously based on what you know about them right now.
Wait.
Because
I mean,
don't assume things like,
there-
oh, this person probably knows this martial art. You know.
But there's like the new member Sid, who's like always talking about being in the fitness studio, like in the gym, and it's like that might be buff. Like
Yeah, but those are the people that go first because those are the ones you target.
yeah, and I'm pretty sure. Like
It's a
I would
battle royale after all. Yeah.
yeah, I would bet on Lila because she has like shanks everywhere hidden, like, and she just goes like, "Oh, I have a knife," and it's like, "Oh, people are fucked."
She does have a weird fetish with knives.
Yeah, that's true, and she does train in like at least one martial art, as far as I know.
She might have a good shot at it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Who would win? I don't know.
I think Siri would win because he also trains with her and probably has the same tendencies because they're a couple. They probably have the
I
same
know
motor
who would.
But you-
I know who.
You could
I know
abuse
who
that.
wouldn't win,
What?
and I love him for this. But Shadow wouldn't win.
No, he's too nice. He would be like,
Shadow-
"Let's work together," and then he
Let's
gets
work
like
together,
knifed
and then
all
he'd
the
get-
time.
He'd get machine gunned down by the crazy.
No, Shadow would get out of the room or the ring or whatever we're fighting in and be like, no, I forfeit. Sorry, I gotta tend to my kids.
Yeah, but it's like,
We're literally now just making battle royale references.
wait, I love the manga. And the manga was good. I actually enjoyed that.
I haven't seen that film in ages either.
Oh yeah, it was a real life action film, right?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, but I also like
Second one was okay.
I'm really thinking about like wait, I actually open up like who do we have in the company? And it's like no, I mean like just going by it, I think I can take Frankie or something like I always survive that one, and Rajka like I'm pretty sure like that's. Like just on my streak to multi-kill, like if we talk Arnold tournament or something.
I mean, Jace might win. She's borderline crazy.
If you go by insanity, maybe she'd have a pretty good shot.
Yeah, the crazy ones always do really well.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Rife would be one of the first to go because he's got like the largest frame, I think, in the company. There's just like you would toss like a brickstone down like over a bush or something. You just randomly hit Rife and it's like, oh yeah, and then it goes like bang.
I think he's the tallest, but I think I rival him in width at least. I'm not. I mean,
oh yeah, Merle is immune
Isn't
to
your
knives.
isn't your mum in the FC? How would your mum do?
I will definitely recruit my mother to the fucking my team because it's like she's a doctor.
I really wish you wouldn't use fucking as an adjective. I really wish you wouldn't use that as an adjective.
I was thinking
she would be a great neutral Red Cross kind of party, as in like, oh yeah, it's like I stitch people up.
Okay.
And her son would be running around like I make people needing stitching up, so it's like
we all love you, Mummy Kong. By the way, please
Yeah.
don't think we don't, because I don't need an angry German woman.
Are you afraid of Germans?
No, I'm afraid of strong, angry women.
Oh, is this a callback
Regardless-
to the first podcast?
Yeah,
Is- do I feel some tension between the nations?
No, there's no tension. We both
Just-
equally hate you, so
Yeah.
No, fair enough. So there's just tension between the two of you. as
I
individuals.
haven't forgotten the 30-year war, Meryl. It's like
Yeah,
Come back.
the only war we've been involved in, we kicked your ass. Awesome.
Wait, in a battle royale in the company, after you mentioned my mother, and I know we are over time, but how would you take down your sister? Who's also a company member, Melchior.
with a blunt rock, probably.
The same brickstone being used from Rive, right? Or...
I would end that woman's life.
Holy shit.
You were about to say something so much worse than woman, weren't you?
I was, right? I calmed myself down. I know. I think she's listening as well. Sis, if you're listening, you're dead.
Holy shit.
Battle Royale, you and me, first to go. One of us is like we'll do the samurai showdown where like time slows down and the rain stops, and then one of us is walking away from it. That's
Wait,
all I'm saying.
I know you own like lightsabers. Like,
I do. I have 3 lightsabers, everyone.
okay, first of
They're
all, would you
fantastic.
use them in battle royale? And secondly, because you mentioned a samurai showdown, do you also have a katana?
They're stupidly expensive. I'm not. I'm not.
You
using
can get like a cheap one for stabbing people. It's
I'm
like
not, no, because one, they're made out of some sort of fancy space magic metal.
are we talking about lightsabers or katanas?
It's lightsabers.
Oh, lightsabers. no.
Katanas are not that high quality, dude.
No, and to be fair, I'm probably just as useless with either of those than I would be with anything else.
Yeah. But basically, you would just like in a battle royale, and you go through a wood, and you would just hear like the bzzz of the lightsaber, and then it goes, "Oh fuck, my arm!" And it's like, "Oh yeah, that's Melchior." It's like, "Oh,
Held it the wrong way.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, probably. Let's not.
yeah."
Well, we are now officially 1 minute over time.
Hey, we did it!
We did it again.
Yay! Episode 1, officially SDS podcast. Woo! Yay! Go team!
We did half the topics we did in episode 0. Like,
Yeah, we I think we used 3 questions out of the 25 or so that I have.
We still got 25.
holy
Yep.
shit, people sent them
Who-
in. Actually,
Who
I was like,
cares?
yeah.
Who fucking cares about what we think?
uh,
That's the real question.
I don't think they care specifically. They just like to hear people rant.
Next time on NDS, why do we care? Why do people care what we think? That's the
NDS?
question.
that's actually a good question. Let's all think about
Can we
this.
briefly explain why is it called the Dented Eggs podcast as well?
Didn't we
Oh,
talk about this last time? I think?
I don't think we did.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't remember if we did.
Because
I
I
don't-
lack any creativity at all.
Yeah, Kong, you can sum it up for us.
Wait, what? Okay, wait. With the question, did you mean like why is there a rank called Dented X or?
No. The whole thing. Why is
Why
there a
is the
Dented Egg?
podcast called Dented Eggs?
Okay, so
Like the whole origin of it.
the origin
end on that.
of this dented egg will be, and I think I will split that up later in the video for like a separate video. But so there exists
try
in
hard.
our company. If you are a new joiner, you get the egg because our company leader for some reason fetishizes dragons. That means like normal company members are called dragons, and if you're a new member, you called an egg. Both Melk and I were like long above dragons at some point because we were like super veterans.
We were
Fuck you, Mero.
Or worms.
Whatever. Some form of dragon, you know, like fetish.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Yeah, and at some point, I dropped down from our company leader rank to because I didn't want to have the stress of organizing a lot of events. Well, let's see how that turned out.
Excuses.
Yeah, fuck you. So basically, I had a special rank for doing screenshots and website stuff and marketing, basically marketing for the company. And Melchior was so pissed off about this that I got a special
I
rank.
was so cross. I was so cross that of all the people in the FC, this bumbling stain of a man gets his own rank, and I'm sat there with the rest of the unclean population of the FC.
basically that. Also, I handled it very maturely, where I didn't, of course, not point out to him every 5 minutes that I had a special rank. And he didn't.
Because that's the one thing that people describe us as.
What, special?
Yeah.
So he basically, one morning, he was like, dear Lila, dear company leader, can I pay you $100 to get Kong demoted? And I was like, I mean, obviously asked on a public channel, and he was like a bit kidding about it, but turns out you weren't. But I
was going to bribe Lila £100 to demote you.
Yeah, and then I was like, basically, you could also just use it. Like, if you go do it for a charity, I will like happily oblige, and not be demoted and not bitch about it. And then we basically both told Lila, like, Lila, you decide on a charity where he donates £100 to, and then I'll take the demotion. And then you were allowed to select the name, I think, of the new rank, and you chose Dented Egg. And
well, we tried the original name for it, which wasn't allowed because it got filtered.
It was Cracked Egg, right?
It was Cracked Egg, yeah.
Crack on.
But you couldn't have
the references.
You couldn't have Cracked apparently in your FC name, rank name. So Dented Eggs was determined to be acceptable.
Well, it's probably a premature egg anyway, so it's like all soft and squishy.
No, it's just dented.
Merle, just because you are involved, it's not always premature.
Oh God. Oh dear.
Yeah, I'm stooping that low. No,
that's the joke.
Yeah. So anyway, I felt bad because I was basically like, I think on my side, I felt like I provoked him into giving $100 to like you donated to children with cancer or something.
I donated to Cancer Research Trust in the UK.
Yeah.
Which is a fantastic charity, and they do very good work.
Yeah. And so I felt bad, and I was like, I talked to Lila, and I was like, I will donate as well. I didn't tell you at first. I told you after I donated. So I donated €100 to like the German research for children, with cancer. And basically after that, she was like, "Yeah, it's like you donated as well. Do you want to demote him as well?" And I was like, I don't really care, but if it's like if it's for free, like if it's in the bundle, like sure, like I'll take it. I was basically donating to make myself feel better for like provoking him. So I was like, I'm not that good of a human to like just freely donate to people and sick children. As awful that as it sounds, but yeah. So that's how we have 2 dented eggs.
Yeah. Now there's a dented egg rank with no permissions.
And this is how we solved cancer with children.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like it's not a problem anymore. I heard. No, just kidding. Yeah, but that's it. It's like if other people want to like not be part of the podcast, but we should actually invite guests at some point. But if people want to be a dented egg, yeah, think about like donating money to children with cancer, which is a good cause. You shouldn't do it for the ring. Do it for the feeling good thing.
Wow.
Be better humans than us, basically.
Wait.
I mean, I'm a pretty good human.
Yeah, we did donate. We are good humans.
I find the claim that you're good humans quite dubious, given the reason you donated. But that's a discussion for another day.
Anyway, look, it's 10 past. We've done an hour. Yeah. Yay, well done.
Yeah, an hour and 8 minutes.
Amazing. Okay.
Amazing.
So
like and subscribe below. Smash the like button. Donate.
Subscribe to our OnlyFans.
Subscribe to our OnlyFans.
Did you set up our OnlyFans?
I'm about the OnlyFans news as well. But that's next time. Next time we'll discuss OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Let's do that. I'm gonna write that down right now.
OnlyFans
the next topic.
Okay, but thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you whenever Melchior finds the next fucking appointment.
Seriously, stop using fucking as an adjective. It doesn't work.
No, it does. It's like...
It doesn't.
Okay,
this is also a topic for next time.
No, okay, but when...
Kill the podcast. End it. Goodbye,
no,
everyone.
No. Like next month or something. Yes, thanks for watching. Okay, bye.
Bye.